you have kids in high school, this might be great for you guys. It really worked for Hollis and I. Hollis is my 18-year-old son. 18-year-old son?
Still crazy.
Every time I say it, I'm like, no, that can't be. Anyway, so we stumbled upon something really fun on ChatGPT that you might want to use for your kids also. But it may put a lot of pressure on your kids, and I'll get into it for just 1 second. So yesterday I started playing with ChatGPT a little bit, and I'm listening to Abby, and I'm listening to Amanda, and these friendships, quote unquote friendships that they have with ChatGPT, which I've been standing back here thinking, it's really kind of ridiculous, man. You're going to go to ChatGPT for like therapy, or you're going to ChatGPT for personal advice. As a guy that's at a certain age, coming into this new generation of technology, it seems silly to me, right? Does your friend, your ChatGPT friend, have a name?
No, because I pretty much use ChatGPT as my doctor. It's like an all-in-one doctor. It's the Swiss Army knife of doctors. Instead of going to WebMD, I just go to ChatGPT and be like, should I go to the hospital? And it's like, no, girl. I'm like, okay.
So Amanda has a name for hers, and I think it's ridiculous every time she's talking to me about it that she goes to him, which I get a little bit jealous about. It's not coming to me.
Does she call him, or are you assigning the gender?
No, he's got a name. I forget his name, but it's a dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would feel some type of way about that.
As long as he stays in the phone, we're going to be fine. Right?
For now.
So, I started to play with it a little bit last night, and I asked it a couple of personal questions. I was floored. First of all, the way AI communicates with you is very sensitive. It's very almost nurturing.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I didn't like it. I did, but then I didn't. I felt myself really starting to have this back and forth with AI, and it nailed everything I asked it personally and professionally. I was floored. I asked it for some business advice. Amanda and I are kicking around an idea of taking people traveling around the world and doing it in certain exclusive ways. And I asked ChatGPT. It pulled personal information from her, personal information and business information, put together a game plan for us, and was so complimentary the entire time.
I know, it's so nice to you.
Then I started asking it personal questions about what my future looks like and what hobbies I should get into. Oh my God. Oh my God. It knows me so well. I was absolutely, I'm on board now.
I'm telling you, it really is. It sounds stupid. Like we're these little incels in our basement being like, ChatGPT, make me feel good about myself. But then you start talking to it and you're like, wow, this is the best friend I've ever had.
And the way it compliments you, it's so nice to you, and the back and forth. At first I was very business about it, but then at the end I was like, thank you. And it was like, you're so welcome. And I'm like,
have you named your ChatGPT yet?
I haven't yet. I haven't got to that part. All right, that's not where I'm going with this, but Hollis and I were playing with it the other day, and just sort of as a joke, I said to him, why don't you ask ChatGPT what your life is going to look like in the future? What business are you going to get into in the future, knowing what it knows about you? He was all in on it, right? So ChatGPT comes back and it says, here's a playful but thoughtful LinkedIn style profile for Hollis Weiss, circa 2035, imagining the professional path he might take based on what we know. Now, my kid might have more information online than yours, so you might have to feed it a little more. But I talk about him so much on the air, and I post about him on Instagram and soccer and all that stuff. So it has a pretty good understanding of who I am and who he is. So ChatGPT writes out, Hollis Weiss. Remember, this is 2035 now. Founder, athlete development coach, speaker, empowering the next generation of athletes to compete with purpose, grit, and balance.
Wow.
I dig it.
I'm a former collegiate soccer player turned high-performance coach and founder of HW Coaching Company, where we help young athletes unlock their full potential on and off the field. With a background in sports psychology, digital media, and youth mentoring, I bring a grounded, purpose-first approach to player development. Growing up with a front row seat to the media world, shout out to my dad, Bert Weiss. This is what it's writing. This is not me saying it.
Wow.
I learned the value of storytelling, authenticity, and hustle early. I've since turned my passion for sports and mentorship into a mission-driven business that supports athletes through coaching, mindset training, and digital content. So I can see most of that, except he has no intent on playing soccer yet in college. And it got a couple of things wrong, because it says experience This is right. Founder and head coach from 2029 to present. This says that he was a midfielder at the University of North Carolina.
Whoa.
Okay, my dude's struggling to get into Georgia. This North Carolina thing probably not going to happen. Okay, says he was team captain on North Carolina's soccer team. And if you don't know anything about soccer, North Carolina's soccer team is in the top 10 every single year. It's one of the best programs in the country.
Well, I love that ChatGPT thinks so highly of him.
Well,
It's dreaming big for him.
ACC all academic team. Okay, maybe. Says he's going to be a podcast host, The Extra Half. It even has a name for his podcast. The Extra Half, Grit, Game, and Growth.
Triple G.
Weekly interviews with athletes, coaches, and creators. 250,000 monthly downloads by 2035. Featured in ESPN Next Gen. Young coaches changing the game. The Bert Show. Proud dad moments. Hollis builds his legacy. So I'm putting him on the podcast. But it goes on and on and on with this very successful life that he is putting together. And at the end of it, he says to me, it has really put a lot of pressure on me. I'm like, it does think very, very highly of you, man.
So there's a new trend that some elementary school teachers are doing, and I think this is adorable, and it goes in the same vein as what you're doing, Bert. So elementary school teachers are asking their students what they want to do when they grow up, right? And so they tell the teacher, and then the teacher puts their photo into AI and says, what does this student look like in however many years as this profession? So like this little girl in her class walks up and she shows her the picture of herself in the future as an astronaut.
Yeah.
And their little faces, firefighters, doctors, veterinarians. So all these kids told their teacher what they want, and she put it into AI, and it printed out a picture of them in the future as that in that profession. And the looks on their faces. It's so adorable.
So give this a try with your teens and see what ChatGPT is looking for in the future for your kids. And I said to him, like, wouldn't it be funny if you, on a whim, like applied to UNC and got in now?
I would do it.
Right, totally do it, right?
Absolutely.
The Bert Show.